Hello everyone, my name is Elliott and welcome back to Hush Hush, the peanut route. It is time to get along with more events and get to the second date, in which they're all back-to-back days, so let's go ahead and do this. Alright, the Ver.C. Driving through the fancier neighborhoods, you can't help but notice the overwhelming number of people working tirelessly just to make it look nice. Excuse me. You pass enormous properties buzzing with landscapes, serving staff, delivery people, and a surprising number of butlers. As you pass by a familiar house, you keep a sharp eye out for Elle's brother Dorian, not wanting an awkward stare down or exchange of waves. You two, shut up. But as soon as you turn the corner and the house comes into view, not only do you spot the familiar pink hair of Dorian, but also the cute auburn hair of Peanut. The two of them are talking in front of one of Dorian's hedges. Without hesitation, you pull over out of sight and sneak closer to overhear what they're saying. Hold on.
I'm afraid that you're going to have to start over from the beginning, miss.
Oh, Peanut. And I don't mind if you want me to go over my proposal again.
Your last name is Peanut? That must make you the niece of a certain snack food mascot.
Oh no, Valentine. My last name is Valentine, but you can call me Peanut if you like.
Miss Valentine, just describe the problem again as you see it.
Yes, of course. Okay, see how your property's topiary forms a non-Euclidean hyperbolic barrier?
Of course.
Well, then you probably noticed that they form a circular arc that's orthogonal to the diameter of the unit circle formed by the crest of the water fountain.
What I'm noticing is a rather long-winded explanation by someone being paid hourly.
Right. Sorry, I'll cut to the chase. The hedges on the western end of this barrier are non-symmetrical with the eastern end. They're out of whack by about 2.718 feet.
You're joking.
No, it's because of that little hill on the far end. It basically distorts the hedge in 3D space. I bet it looks fine from your living room window, but from the street, it's all...
Out of whack?
Yup, out of whack. But I probably shouldn't have mentioned it. I mean, who even cares if your neighbors see a wonky hedge, right?
Okay, well I didn't realize to read that. Dorian looks back at the wonky hedge, then he steps closer to Peanut and softly grips her by the shoulders. For a moment you're afraid of what he might do, then he sighs.
Miss Nutt, you simply must fix this. I beseech you. Irregular hedges will bother me. Profoundly.
Oh, yes, of course, Mr. Reed.
Call me Dorian.
Okay, Dorian.
Miss Nutt, I don't care if you have to raise the entire barrier to the ground. Whatever the expense, by any means necessary. Because now that I have seen the problem, I will never be able to unsee it. Can you do this for me?
Yes, sir. I've got my trusty clippers right here.
Excellent. I will have the greatest hedges in all of Sabrosa. I swear it.
Heck yes!
Impress me, and I will make it worth your while.
That's the goal for sure.
Very good. I will touch base with you at the end of the day. Thank you again, Miss Nutt.
My pleasure, Dorian.
Dorian turns and heads back to his house. He walks with the grim determination that only money and stress can buy. You watch Peanut go back to clipping the hedges. She holds the tool somewhat awkwardly, obviously out of her element. You clear your throat before speaking, so as not to startle her. Which one's the best option? I feel like I just watched a wolf play nice with the kid.
Whoa! How did you climb over the fence? Gosh, fancy seeing you here.
Hello.
Wolf? You mean Dorian? Yeah, he's a bit intense and majestic. Wolf is a good descriptor.
I have an uneasy feeling with him.
I wouldn't say I'm a kitten, though. I'm more like a ladybug or something. Yeah, a ladybug. Something wolves don't eat because they're too small and silly. Anyway, what do you think? Am I the cutest little gardener on the block or what? I love this hat so much.
I so desperately want to make a melon joke. Boobies, am I right?
You goof. I'm starting to think you've got a one-track mind. But if you think the melons are nice, you should see the peaches. Ooh, she went there. Everyone laughs and applauds. Anyway, I should probably get back to it. Gotta make sure I do a good job and get those hedges symmetrical and everything.
You turn and look behind you and notice another landscaper looking at the far end of the hedges Peanut is trimming.
Yep, nothing but boring, sweaty work here. You'd better scoot.
Peanut, what did you do?
Definitely nothing. Definitely didn't cause a disaster, that's for sure. Definitely didn't come up with a convoluted mathematical explanation for why my customers' hedges are uneven. Who's sweating? Me? No, you. Where's all this suspicion coming from?
The imposter is sus.
So just move along now. Nothing to see here.
Peanut, did you mess up Dorian's bushes? Oh no.
Yes, I did. It's not entirely my fault. I didn't realize the clippers were so sharp. I was just giving the hedge a test chop and I way overshot. I cut off like a foot of Dorian's hedge at the other end. Now I have to make it match on this end. And as I'm fairly certain the whole Peanut messes up thing is becoming a bit repetitive, I implore you to smile and nod and look away. This is probably going to get worse before it gets better.
Hey, I'll help. I always hedge my pets, so I'm an expert probably.
Really? You'll help? Oh my gosh, thank you. The only thing I know about clippers is that they beat paper and not rock. Help!
I really gotta do more mean stuff in editing. You and Peanut spend the better part of an hour carefully clipping and adjusting the hedge. Fortunately, the hedge was overgrown to begin with, and Peanut's mistakes winds up being very possible to fix. The two of you take turns running back and forth, looking at the hedge from all angles, while the other delicately trims. Finally, after a ton of anxiety and several run-ins with a wasp, you finish up just as Dorian comes inside to check the work. You manage to hide in the hedge before he spots you. Peanut smiles broadly.
Miss Nutt, I would have a word with you.
Yes, Dorian! Sir Dorian.
I'm neither a knight nor a senior, so save your sirs. What I am, however, is extremely impressed with your work.
Really?
After we spoke, I went into the family vault and retrieved the zoning and construction permits for the house. I brought out my handy protractor and verified your observations.
Oh wow! You keep a protractor handy too?
That's cool.
Of course! When one is concerned with precision, they must always use the proper tools. Measure twice, shoot once, I always say.
Yes, exactly. Wait, did you just...
So you were right. The hedges were faulty, by the tiniest factor. I have no idea how you managed to eyeball it, but you did. So I wanted to inform you that I notified your employer and left a very generous tip. Well done. I would shake your hand.
Oh, thank you so much, Dorian. I'm so pleased you're pleased.
As am I. You've made a powerful ally this day, Peanut Valentine. I suspect great things for your future.
Your future is already decided, Mr. Dorian. Give it 16 days.
If you say so.
Excellent. I must go now. Need to plan a party and help someone find a lost cat. Cheers.
It's just for fucking laugh for a second. That's gonna be another weird laugh that I make. Dorian departs. When you emerge from the bushes, Peanut gives you a huge hug.
We did it! We're awesome! And now, I'm exhausted. I must go lay down. I don't think landscaping is really for me, but I had fun with you today.
Well, it's good that you tried.
Thanks.
No problem! Peanut goes on her tippy toes and nice.
Okay, now for a long rest. Bye!
Bye. Peanut dashes away to her bike and cycles away. You hit the road surprisingly invigorated by a shift of gardening at Dorian's house. Oh, that was a moment. Oh boy, we have 2 events in the evening, morning and evening for the 16th, so I will be... I'll be a bee. Okay, I'll be right back.
The next day.
We're back. Let's go to the pizzeria and see Peanut. Alright. Driving through town, somewhat absent-mindedly, you have a faint sense of hunger that doesn't quite defeat your sense of laziness. Stopping for food is just too much work. However, an unmistakable aroma invades your car and quickly changes your mind. It's the smell of pizza, and your stomach growls with enthusiasm. You enter Luigi's Pizza, realizing you have no memory of parking, locking your car, or walking to the entrance. Expecting to see a large, mustachioed Italian man, you are somewhat surprised to discover Luigi looks more like a cute college co-ed with bright blue eyes. What the fuck? He greets you warmly.
Hey! Hi! Hello! Or should I say, buongiorno?
He blinks several times, and Luigi stares back, then he laughs.
Oh, wow. Now that's what I call a 1,000-yard stare. Or as we like to say in the physics world, a 914.4 meter observation.
Nerd.
I'm hoping that expression doesn't mean I look like a giant slice of pizza. Are you going to eat me? I already get that a lot, what with the whole peanut thing.
I feel like the universe just folded it in on itself. I was not expecting to see you in here.
You had me at folded universe. Sounds like a many worlds interpretation sort of day. Exciting. Here, eat pizza. It'll soothe what ails you.
I need pizza, but my damn diet. Peanut offers you a slice. Something greasy and cheesy. She looks especially eager watching you eat it. The pizza is a symphony of salt proteins, stringy mozzarella, and questionable marinara sauce.
Well, what do you think?
It's perfecto.
Yay! Yes, 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 I actually managed to make food! Go Peanut, go Peanut. Looking good. Making pizza. This is actually my first pizza I've ever made. I did the whole dough tossy thing in the air and everything. Of course, it didn't really seem to work properly, and then there was a rolling pin and maybe a salty word or two involved, but here it is. I'm operating on very low information here. Luigi watched me do it once, nodded, and went for a smoke break. It's been an hour. I hope he's okay.
As a first pizza, I'd say this was top notch. That is if Luigi doesn't get scared by ghosts again. Seriously, Luigi's Major 4 would actually be pretty cool. Pizza is highly transferable skill to university success.
You're not kidding. I'm going to be much more popular back at the dorms if I can figure out how to make one of these with a hot plate. But yeah, I'd say of all my part-time adventures so far, this one is going the best. I'm really making lots of dough. Get it? I just wish Luigi had given me a bit more training in the customer service department. He didn't really tell me how to interact with his customers, and I can't help but feel nervous.
Mario would be disappointed.
There was this girl that came in earlier, and she was mega aggressive. She sort of put the bomb in blonde bombshell, if you know what I mean.
Cassie.
She had this really cute accent, but the actual words she was saying were kind of mean, you know, so it was very blustering. She said, "You better not do nothing that hurts Luigi, else you'll be sleeping with the fishes." I almost pointed out her double negative, but then my life flashed before my eyes, so I just nodded. How do people do these kinds of jobs? Talking to people is terrifying, even over the phone.
Here, practice with me. I'll pretend to be a customer. You yell at me.
Okay, that sounds like fun. At least if I start crying from nervousness, I sorta deserve it for all the trouble I've caused you. I'm joking though. Just to be clear, I will cry, even with pretend conflict. I'm a soft person.
Okay.
Here, let me whip you up a fresh pizza pie for the road, all.
Pin is interrupted by the sound of the telephone. Fucking ring! Fucking ring!
Oh, in order. I better get that. Luigi's Pizza! Hey, we're cooking here! Yes, hello? Yeah, I'm doing great, thanks for asking. Yes, that's right. No, seriously, we really do have 200 different kinds of pizza. Our menu is online if that helps. Oh, you don't have a computer? Well, I can tell you all the toppings if you want. Stop me if you hear something you like. We have pepperoni, ham, salami, vegan salami.
Damn, 200 toppings. Okay. Peter continues to talk as you hear the door open behind you. A woman enters speaking on her cell phone.
This is Detective Fumi Zweihander. I'm on scene. No sign of suspect or the dead drop. They've got 300 seconds before I go all bad cop on this place and break my foot off in someone's ass. Yes, sir. Shock and awe. Expect my report shortly. Zweihander out.
The woman hangs up her phone and nods at you.
Citizen?
So, nice weather today.
Disagree. Looks rather humid with a high chance of small talk.
Like what's happening right now in Michigan. Jesus Christ. It's gonna get worse from here.
The worst kind of weather.
Are you actually behind me? Or are you just fucking with me? The woman turns her attention to her watch. You notice it's counting down. Whoa. From out of view, you hear Peanut continue to go through topics.
Pesto, chutney, pickles, marshmallow.
What? Ew.
Hell's bells. Hear that, citizen? That's the sound of 10 pizzas bound for the Sub Rosa Police Department about to burn.
Oh, wow, okay. Pizza party at the police department?
Oh, Luigi. I knew you would slip up someday. At long last, you break your 30 minutes or less promise.
I want to try to do something in a manic depressed Luigi impression, but,
Free pizza is mine!
Do what's in the guide. Seeing no other option, you casually bump. Oh my! Into Fumi, drawing her attention. She turned towards you, her eyes burning with a soul-withering fury, prepared to tear a strip off you. You quickly bite your lip and in seductive surprise. Fumi pauses.
Did you just pretend to bump into me in order to get my attention?
No.
You realize that constitutes a battery? I could own your ass right now, if I wanted to.
Oh, fuck. Excuse me, mommy. I mean, officer. Fumi pauses. Her eyes become coy. She smiles a devilish smile.
Bit of a Freudian slip there, hey? Usually I need the cuffs out before things take that turn. You look sort of familiar. Where do I know you from?
Your dreams. Oh, that's the funniest fucking answer to follow up that. Definitely not soccer. Definitely not imagining those boots stepping out. Oh my god, no thanks. I'll never talk. You'll have to frisk me.
Resisting an officer, are we? I've got 2 words for you. Cavity search.
Fuck. Not another one. As he continued to flirt with Fumi, Peanut looks around the corner and realizes what's happening. She quickly and quietly sets to rescuing the pizzas from the oven, boxing them up as quickly as she can.
Aha! Time's up, Luigi. Looks like I finally get my pizzas free.
She turns and sees Peanut smiling happily after all 10 boxes on the counter.
Your order's ready, miss. We hope you enjoy.
You lose! Fumi stares at Peanut, a mixture of surprise and rueful respect dancing across her features.
Very well. Tell Luigi he wins this round. But one day he's going to slip up. And then his ass is mine, citizen.
After she walks out, Peanut comes running up to you. She hugs you with desperate relief.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for distracting her. And when I saw what was going on, I almost ran out the door. I don't think I could have faced her alone. Did you see how scary her eyes were?
Piece of cake, no sweat. Well, some sweat. I held her off as long as I could.
You were marvelous. I could barely tell you were terrified. Hey, I've got a bunch of other orders to take care of, but thanks for, helping me avert disaster.
That's what I do.
You're the best. 100%.
Yay. Peanut smiles awkwardly for a moment. You think she has more to say. But then she laughs, scratching the back of her head in nervous relief.
Well, have a great day. Take the rest of the pizza for the road.
Free pizza. Get fucked for me. You take the rest of the pizza Peanut gave you, give her a wave, and walk out of the restaurant. You look back once and see her poking her head out of the pizzeria for one last wave. You head home, you're still burning from the rush of adrenaline. Yay, we got free pizza, and we got out of it unscathed. Okay, cool.
Later that same evening.
Okay, so I accidentally ended the recording, but I think that was for the best, just so I don't have to struggle with the editing of trying to sync up the webcam to the video. But now we're at 16th evening, and let's just go home and see what's up. As you're getting cleaned up for the party, your doorbell rings. You hear Quill downstairs hiss and run into your bedroom to hide under the bed. Rubbing a towel around yourself, you proceed downstairs and peek out the window. Just as you do, you see a black car parked on the street flash its lights at you, then speed off. You open the door and find a small wooden box. It's finely made with polished black walnut and brass hinges. There are no markings, save for a carving on the lid that reads, Coget omnes ante Thronum. You open it, and inside is a strange-looking mask, modeled in the shape of a fox. There's a note from Peanut inside.
Hey, make sure to put this on before they ID you. Kinda weird. Rich people, am I right? See you there, Peanut.
You finish getting ready, putting on your fanciest of clothes, and hop into your car. Alright, well, we're at the winery. Driving up to the winery, you're completely unsure of what to expect as you pass by dozens of black cars and vans, all parked by the side of the road somewhat menacingly. You pass through 2 or 3 Fox checkpoints. No one stops you or waves you down. You don't see any police, just the odd, very large person in a suit and sunglasses at night combo. It isn't until you approach the gate that someone finally blocks your way. Even from the street, you can tell the place is on serious lockdown. Just before the security person approaches, you open the black walnut box and retrieve your mask, quickly donning it before you're seen it. Donning it before you're seen. My God. Someone approaches your car. They shine a flashlight through the window and knock once. You can't make out their details, but you have the impression of someone vaguely bear-shaped. You roll down the window, and the person immediately waves you through. Not many lips are chapped. Nice. You drive the last quarter mile up the winery's winding estate, taking note of the surreal level of security everywhere. There are guards with dogs, drones zipping this way and that. And at least one sniper gives you the nonchalant thumbs up when you look in his direction. Oh boy. You pull up in front of the winery. A valet quickly comes and opens your door. Toss the keys on well, the third option here is just toss keys to the ground. That's not a good idea. Hey, the Aston Martin is getting detailed, so this is a rental. The valet, however, does not say a word. They reach out their hand for your key, looking away from you and never making eye contact. You turn toward the winery entrance, trying to figure out what path you're supposed to take inside. Suddenly you hear a familiar voice stinging you from the shadows.
Psst. Hey, over here!
Tip, 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 tip. You turn toward the voice and see Peanut beckoning you from a service entrance. The light is out, and it takes you a moment for your eyes to adjust and see her. To your surprise, she's wearing a sexy maid outfit. Peanut has a little happy day and says you approach her obvious relief and delayed a striking juxtaposition to her surroundings.
Yay, you made it. Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, I'm here. What the fuck is happening? This is probably the most serious the Peanut side is gonna get. But hey, cool, Peanut's here. She gives you a hug. The thin lace of her outfit is like a silky caress on your skin, and your smell beams as she takes in your mask.
You look so good. That mask looks amazing on you. Which is good, because I've already seen a few in here that are a bit too culty for my taste.
It probably is a cult. Look who's talking. Wow. Look who's talking. That outfit was...
You know, I said that exact thing when I first tried it on today. Brain twins. I said it to someone on the catering team, and they just gave me this look that said, no to that. And it broke my heart a little.
Yeah, because people in the cult can't take a joke!
So you have already made my night.
Peanut takes you by the hand and leads you into a hallway somewhere in the basement of the winery. Ooh.
Come this way. There's actually an extra layer of security just inside the party, and I'm not 100% sure, but I think you need to know a secret word.
What's the word?
Once you're past that, though, no one knows anyone. You're not going to be bothered. This is a real hush-hush event, I guess.
He's in, boys! He did it! He said it!
It's true then. The rich just don't party like we do.
You're not wrong. I mean, there's the usual fancy foods and drinks, small talk, that kind of stuff. But I saw them bringing in a whole bunch of paddles. Not to mention an enormous ice sculpture in the shape of this Addix-looking fella. Hopefully the wait staff doesn't have to participate. I left my paddle at home. It would be super embarrassing. Anyway, here's the situation. See that mask you're wearing?
Yes.
My understanding is that it belonged to someone else who couldn't make it tonight, but everyone is being really cagey about why. Apparently, it's very, very important that person attend the party, but, like, not the person who was supposed to wear it, the mask itself. There is this group of scary suit-wearing people who are fussing about it. Where are we gonna get an ordained proxy? And then a bunch of arguing in French. So I poked my head in and said I knew just the person, and they seemed extremely grateful and handed me the box with a great deal of ceremony. Anyway, long story short, I was already a bit weirded out because of the outfit and the job offer. So I figured why not just ask a friendly face to come be my support? Ta-da! You're here? Awesome.
This sounds like I could get into an utterly insane amount of trouble if I'm caught.
Maybe. But really, what's the worst that could happen? A lot of fancy people gasping in shock, saying stuff like, "My word!"
People
In
are
all
crushed.
seriousness, I have no idea. So if it sounds way too sketch for you, please don't hesitate to hit the road. Okay, the party is just through here. Last chance to bail. And please, don't feel any pressure. I'm seriously not all that nervous now that I'm actually here and not being expected to dance on a pole or whatever.
I don't want to see that.
So I'll be totally fine. Do you want to come in? I'll do my best not to hide behind you the whole time.
I'm not leaving until I find out what caviar tastes like.
Yes! That's the spirit! Eat the rich food! Eat the rich food.
Just say eat the rich. That's it.
Okay, let's go.
Bina leads you through a black curtain separating the service hallway from the rest of the party. You enter a sort of lobby area. There are security guards in here too. Only they're all much fancier dressed. Each one is wearing a mask, albeit much less fancy than yours. One of the guards looks in your direction. Pina gives an embarrassed little wave and rolls her eyes. Duty calls, she seems to imply. The guard nods and turns to you. Oh god. You don't even acknowledge the guard, instead pulling Pina to your side and kissing her softly on the cheek. Pina giggles, immediately understanding your gesture.
We are going to miss the party if you keep pouncing on me.
The two of you slip past the guard without a hint of protest from them. Entering into the main dining area, you are shocked to discover the sheer opulence on display. The normal twinkling lights of the vineyard still decorate rows of wine grapes with a humble beauty, but all around there are dry ice carved statues, centerpieces made of classified documents, gold foil candles woven by jeweled encrusted bees, fine art sculptures made from endangered animals, graffiti paintings on toilet paper that look like genuine Danksies, however you pronounce it. Multitudes of servants in sexy attire. A mysterious live orchestra playing nearby. The very first guest you see is a man in a tiger mask. At his side, on a golden chain, is a pet Siberian tiger. The man is feeding the tiger what looks to be a Wagyu steak.
Neat, huh? I'm thinking either a magician or maybe a boxer.
Tigers are so late 90s. Fuck you! Wait. Wait, this isn't talking about the Detroit Tigers. This is already the most insane thing I've ever seen.
Ditto. I literally stared at that sculpture over there, the one that looks like lady parts. Someone had to remind me to get back to work. And I felt this weird lightheaded surrealness since. I am so glad you were here. Here, I'll show you to your table.
Tip, 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 tip. Beta walks you over to the smaller, more intimate tables outside. Judging from security and culture, the smaller tables appear to be reserved for the wealthiest attendees. You'll hear a woman talking about how gauche sunlight is and wishes the government would hurry up and build the new Sun 2.0. This seems to get approval from the crowd. Don't think it, don't say it, don't think it, don't say it, don't think it, don't say it, don't think it, don't say it. You're led to your seat and Peanut draws the chair out for you. She gives you a wink. Yay!
Bonsoir. Welcome to Chateau de Arakit. Please have a seat. I will be your absolutely devoted servant tonight. Anything your heart desires, whisper it to me, and I will make it happen.
Peanut helps scoot your chair in, then she leans in and begins to speak rather breathlessly into your ear. What? Feigning seduction.
Anything at all. There are no rules. There are no limits.
Oh, okay, it's a bougie place, so whatever.
I can get you a board game or play a round of badminton.
I want cookies. Oh god, come on. Please. No, I want cookies.
Very good. And after a long day at the rich people office, you probably wouldn't mind if I fed them to you. I'm sure that can be arranged. I know where they stash the chips. Let me make all your dreams come.
Peanut stands straight up as a couple appear from around the corner, obviously a bit frightened. She averts her gaze. The couple, however, do not seem to have noticed her retreat. Dressed as a rabbit and a snake, they appear to be in conversation as they approach.
You know how I feel about that, Bunny. I was extremely clear that the car was an import. If the valets can't even get which side the steering wheel is on, the night is practically already guaranteed ruined.
Oh, my love, my darling, my morning star. You simply must learn that when you are flawless, you must expect the world to be flawed.
But everyone has that excuse. And your appeals to my ego are naked and crass.
Oh, sweetness. Naked and crass is what bunnies are for. You know this. Methinks you doth protest too much. One way or another, you're going to devour me tonight. So do try not to pretend you don't enjoy it.
You're incorrigible.
You're aroused.
I'm furious.
It's the same thing, really.
We will talk about this more later.
Probably not. Our mouths will be full.
For the love of...
Fox! Darling, it's been so long.
I don't want this! This is not what I want! Oh, okay, so we meet who's your face? Bella? Right here? Oh, fuck. Okay, I gotta try to talk like that. Huff? How to speak it? Serpent, Bunny, good to see you. I am certain my other senses would like to get involved.
Oh, I like this one. A bit of the visceral, a bit of the virtuous. I love it. Serpent, my love, say something to this passionate fox. I want them to like me.
Charmed.
Oh, phoo! You are ruining everything. Quite the feat with a single word.
It is the best word.
Oh, for boring our little fox here. For scaring them away.
Foxes should be scared of snakes.
And they should eat rabbits. Darwin would be thrilled with this conversation.
Excuse me.
Serpent approaches Peanut and whispers something to her. Her eyes snap open, and she looks to him slightly shocked.
Oh, yes. I mean, oui, monsieur. Please.
Excuse us for a moment. I must speak with this maid.
I get up and help with the chair.
Mwah, mwah. Luckily you were here. Who knows if I could have figured that out? I must say, this is a special treat. There's one thing I cannot stand about these cabal parties. It's the repetition. You are new, little fox. My favorite thing. Hopefully, I am at least one or two of yours.
This is my first time. Be gentle.
Oh, darling, I am Bunny. I am as gentle, nourishing, and breedable as they come. But make no mistake, you do not want gentleness. It is the gentle knife that kills kindly. What you want is a friend, and I will be at least that to you.
It is indeed very nice to meet you, Bunny.
I know it. What's going on in that foxy mind of yours?
Where did your snake friend go?
Serpent? Don't worry about him. I believe he recognized the waitstaff. He had that look about him. Cute little maid, too. Even in that getup, she positively glows with girl next door wholesomeness. Knowing him, he's probably got some unusual request. His chair must be aligned true north. The crackers must be crumbless.
Well, I'm here for a little while. You don't seem jealous with him sharing his attention.
Oh, but I am. Absolutely envious, I'm afraid. Perhaps I shall find revenge in an unexpected tryst later this evening. You are staying for the evening, aren't you, little fox? What else is going on in that foxy mind of yours?
You're definitely one of my favorite things. Give a beautiful woman Bunny is, and I can barely control myself.
Oh, you flatter me. Please keep going.
Do it.
I am. My life has been nothing but an unending affair with bad influences. And now that you're here, I can only see that trend continuing. You seem a little distracted.
Maybe I should go look for her. I mean, them.
Oh. My sweet fox, do not concern yourself. Serpent never bites the staff. He saves his venom for work. See? Here they come now.
Bunny points behind you. Sure enough, Serpent and Peanut are walking back. Serpent seems satisfied. You mean Dorian? Dorian seems satisfied and assured, and Peanut seems casually pleased.
You're back. Every second without you was suffering.
I would have thought the opposite.
That's because you don't get to ever miss yourself. You're always right there. Oh, I gotta laugh. You all heard it.
Preposterous. Bunny, my dear, I must demand a favor.
Most people ask for those, darling.
I know little about most people. Most people are disappointments. Present company excluded, of course. There is a small matter of mathematics that must be tended to.
Oh, Serpent.
It will only take a moment.
Very well, my dear. But tomorrow morning, I'll be expecting something hot and obnoxiously fast in the driveway.
That is extortion.
That's a funny way of pronouncing love.
Damn it, woman. Very well. Now, please.
You're sexy when you're desperate.
And when I am around you, it is an effortless endeavor, I assure you.
Kiss me.
Curse you.
All right. What part do I need to play in this little favor?
Go with this insightful maid. Her eye and her mind are engines of splendor.
That's me, I guess.
Okay. Lead me on, sweet maid. I'm sure answers will present themselves eventually.
Peanut and Bella depart, and Dorian sits down at the table with a faint sense of weariness. Oh god. She is quite beautiful, isn't she?
What? Who?
The bunny.
Oh, Miss Bunny? Well, of course you would think so. She can control your thoughts and coerce your appetite. Or did you mean the maid? In which case, I suppose you're also right. I do not tend towards those who are attractive so honestly. I would only harm every beautiful thing about her, such as the life of a serpent. The truth is rather banal. I know the mademoiselle. She is a craftsman of symmetry, and I called upon her services.
Tisk tisk. What is the point of a mask if you are recognized?
Quite. But I do not care. If I am recognized, it is because I must be so. This little bit of kabuki theater is trite, and is, rather ironically, only for appearances. And before you inevitably put it all together, this meeting is not coincidence. I requested Miss Nutt. I arranged her to our table. I ensured she was well compensated.
This is getting only more and more intriguing.
Alas, the more I swear the mundanity of my interests, the more scrutiny they incur. Very well, I shall tell the story, lest the still-beating heart beneath the floorboards drive me mad. You may not believe it from her appearance, but our maid is in fact a scientist. A woman of keen eye and precision.
I'm afraid I was distracted by her enormous eyes.
Control yourself, Fox. Your tastes may veer toward the venial, but some of us prefer the company of angels. Since engaging Miss Nutt for some topiary consultation, I've been somewhat obsessed with her methodology. She corrected a bit of asymmetry in my estate's hedgework, which impressed me mightily. But ever since, I feel like I am noticing more and more asymmetry. Like the world is...
What?
Excuse me. I went somewhere else for a moment. It is strange, and I shall confide in a fox and make it stranger still. I have a persisting feeling that the world is against me, twisted and broken, ill to my favor. And I have reason to believe it as well. And there is something in the manner of Miss Nutt that has, perhaps, given me a glimpse of restoration. It is hard to describe, and I am doing a poor job of it.
Phew, that must have been one hell of a hedge clipping she did.
Damn you for making me laugh at that. In fact, it was. It was amazing. You absolute ass.
There we go.
We're back.
Yes, my darling serpent. Stop your conspiring and look upon your bunny anew.
Yes. Yes! It's done. It's fixed. What in all the hells was it?
Can you guess?
Do not toy with me. Tell me at once.
Ask your cute little maid.
Oh, okay, well, I'm not sure if you really needed my help. But I noticed that Mademoiselle Bunny's eyebrows were just barely different lengths, not even a millimeter. In terms of margin of error, barely noticeable, but not...
But not perfect.
And now, my ridiculously absurd, horribly obsessed, and relentlessly compulsive love?
Perfection personified.
Then kiss me. And let me know what it feels like.
I shall.
Yeah, cool.
Let us drink and enjoy.
I guess. All of you turn to Peanut, she smiles, and then she jumps, startled by a sudden realization.
Oh, I'm the one that brings the drinks. I'll be right back.
Ooh! Lobby in the night. It's actually being used. Hold on. And misbehave. Wow. Okay, cool. More than a few other masked patrons lean in to look at you, wondering what all the ruckus is about. Wondering why they're not having us as much fun as you. Bunny and Peanut are more than a few moments in here. Okay, well. What? What? Why? Why with Dorian? I hate him. The four of you have an amazing time, mostly ignoring the strange battlings happening in the pool. And as the evening ends, Bunny and Serpent slink away. You offer to give Peanut a ride home.
Nah, that'll probably raise too many questions.
Yeah.
I'm already going to have to figure out a way to explain why I had such a great time while all the other maids were mostly, passive. Did you have a good time, though? Were you pleased with your service?
This should do the trick.
Oh!
As you lean in, Peanut's cheek is already blushing rather intensely. She laughs, saying, "Ooh."
Well, I'm gonna take that as a yes. Wow, it's so hot out tonight, isn't it hot? Okay, I'm gonna go get cleaned up and changed. Have a great night, you foxy fox, you. Good night.
Peanut blows you a kiss and heads back into the winery. You go to the valet, get your keys, and drive away with no one saying another word to you. You have a lot to think about. Tonight felt very strange, and you have a sneaking suspicion as to the identity of Mr. Servant. The twisted world broken against him. What does it all mean for you? Are you pulling at threads you shouldn't be? You return home, it takes a long time for you to fall asleep. Okay, well... at least something happened on the 16th.
One debt to society later.
Once again, I am back, having to go through 2 sex scenes again. Alright. Here we are, July 17th at night. Let's do it. By the time you pull up to the beach, the stars are already starting to appear in the twilight sky. The sunset has already burned down from pink to orange to a deep lavender purple as night approaches. There's an exodus of tourists making their way to their cars as you make your way down the boardwalk steps. It looks like the beach will be largely empty within a few minutes. You make your way across the sand dunes, following the directions Peanuts send you. They take you to an area of the beach that's not as manicured. Actually, why are you here? Stay down there. With outcroppings of grassy sandbanks, creating small private inlets. You hear Peanut before you see her.
Hey, I'm over here.
Okay, hold on. Wow, that's pretty. You follow the sound of her voice. The fading light makes it a bit hard to see where exactly she is.
Keep going. You're getting warmer. Warmer.
You maneuver between the sandbanks and finally find Peanut. She's kneeling on the beach blanket, her telescope set up next to her. She quickly gets up and jogs over to meet you.
Hey.
Hello.
Good evening.
She hesitates for a moment, then steps closer to you to give a hug. Yay! For the first time, her embrace is sensual. She presses herself into you, laying her head onto your chest. She breathes deeply and sighs. When she finally leans back to look at you, her eyes shimmer with affection and nervous excitement.
I guess this is a real date, hey?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not just imagining it, right? I didn't mix up a signal or dream about asking you out.
Leaning forward, you draw close to her lips, tilting your head just so. Peanut's eyes widen in surprise, and she gasps softly. She closes her eyes, you close yours. Aww. I'm gonna sing it, but the music that I'm playing right now would ruin it. It's a delicate, nervous kiss. She puts her hand on your cheek, and the two of you allow it to be a small, soft, fragile thing. When it's over, Peanut lets out a flustered sigh.
I will definitely take that as a yes. This is a real date.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, I'll explain my little setup here.
She reaches for your hand and leads you to the beach blanket, looking at you over her shoulder the whole time. At the edge of the blanket, she kicks off her sandals and gestures a sweeping hand to everything she's set up.
Ta-da! All the things you need for successful stargazing. telescope, my Stargazer 115. Perfect for those lunar close-ups and peeking in on the Galalian moons. A blanket for comfortable sand loitering. Please note, it is snuggle-up size. You gotta sit close to me or risk getting sand in your undies. And me. Your friendly neighborhood physics major and astronomy expert. Well, expert-ish. Tonight is the start of the Perseid meteor shower. Basically, the Big Mama meteor shower of the year. Tonight, I've brought years of astronomical knowledge, a variety of tools of the trade, and also lots of snacks in case we get snacky. So, welcome to the Peanut Date. I hope you enjoy the show.
I'm so excited to be doing this with you.
So am I. I mean, yes, me too. This is literally the thing I look forward to the most every year, and now I get to do it with someone special. Here, sit. We've got a little bit before it's optimal conditions for watching the meteor shower.
Peanut kneels down on the blanket, delicately turning to the side and giving you room to sit next to her. She sits near enough you can feel the soft curve of her breast pressed against her shoulder. She smiles once you're comfortable.
By the way, when the shower starts, if you want to, if it sounds nice, you can lean your head on my lap and watch it that way. It's really nice. If you like laps, I guess.
Maybe we can take turns.
Yeah, I would like that. I was debating whether or not to bring pillows, but then I thought, where's the fun in that? So, we've got a bit of time before the shower begins. Any questions? I didn't prepare much of a pre-show.
She's all from top to bottom. So, what's the deal with... What's the... Never mind. So, what's the deal with these Perseid's meteor thingies? You said this was an annual thing?
Oh yes, it is. This particular meteor shower occurs around the same time every year. In fact, there are quite a few that do. The reason is because the debris field, all the little bits of space rock and ice, originate from a comet. Comets have a stable orbit in the solar system, and the Earth passes through this field at the same time each year. The comet has a super cute name, by the way. It's called Swift Tuttle, which always makes me giggle for some silly reason.
I don't know if I knew that about the formation of comets. I guess it didn't take enough science to know that.
Anyway, it takes Swift Tuttle 133 years to complete an orbit, so we don't get to see it very often. So it's kinda nice it leaves us this beautiful shower to find. I've always thought of it like a surprise Valentine from a secret admirer. Aww, now I'm imagining Earth and Swift Tuttle on a little stargazing date. It's so cute! I gave myself goosebumps. You look like you have more questions. It's honestly my favorite expression in other people.
Can you use the meteors to tell me my future or anything? No.
No, you goof. That's astrology, not astronomy. This time, I know you're being silly. I am the last girl you want to ask about whether the constellation you're born under has an effect on your love life, or credit score, or whatever. Just to be clear, I don't mind people being into that stuff at all. I find it all a bit silly, but science isn't about dismissing stuff out of hand. It's about curiosity. So as long as people are looking up at the stars, I'm pretty happy. And I guess on the other hand, that the meteor shower may have actually had an effect on my love life. It's the reason we're out here, after all. It just occurred to me that we could have arrived 20 minutes earlier and watched the sunset too. Whoops.
So do you take all your dates out here? Is this the key to your seductive ways?
Oh yeah, if you count Bonnabelle, I've had a whopping 2 dates come watch the Perseids with me. And I would like to state for the record, the last time I brought her out here, we were attacked by ants. So it was not a good date for Peanut. No. I'm always trying to trick or bribe people to come watch them with me, but you're sort of limited by whether or not the watching conditions are good. Too much light pollution, bad weather, a seriously bright moon. There's a lot of things that can interfere. That's why tonight is perfect. Sub Rosa is excellent since they use low-pressure sodium streetlights to cut down on light pollution, and the beach is naturally shielded by Rose Mountain. So, perfect spot, perfect conditions, perfect company, perfect night. Oh, I can see Venus flashing us over there. And look, there's Mars and Regulus hanging out together. It's almost time.
Which Venus are we talking about? Got a wish ready for tonight?
Huh? Oh, you mean like wishing on a shooting star? Oh man, I just imagine what happens if you make a wish during the Perseids and 100 shooting stars try to grant your wish. We're sitting here, watching the sky. Suddenly, 10,000 corgis come running right at us. Oh wow, that just tickled me. Sorry, that was probably super odd. But I might have a wish. Maybe. I can't tell you what it is though, of course. I hope you have your wish ready, and make sure it's not corgis.
Peanut suddenly springs up, pointed to the distance.
Oh look! See that big old shiny star there? Right above the horizon? That's actually Jupiter! I love Jupiter! And you should too. It actually winds up protecting the Earth a lot from major asteroid collisions, due to the influence of its gravity.
Like a cosmic bouncer?
Yes, exactly! Jupiter is a bouncer, the solar system is the nightclub, and the asteroid belt is all the scrubs that want to hit on the Earth. Jupiter isn't having it though. Big Brother Jupiter keeps everyone in line. Except for the odd dinosaur-destroying jerks that manage to slip by. Anyway, that's not the reason I love Jupiter.
Well, this CG's pretty.
See, the thing is, when I was a little girl, one of my earliest memories was going out to my cousin's ranch during the Christmas holidays. I was only 4 years old at the time, but I always adored visiting my cousins. I remembered playing freeze tag with flashlights and catching fireflies. One night, my dad took me out into the field with his trusty telescope. He always called it his spyglass, and used it more to look for pirates than stars. On that night, though, he had me help him set up the telescope, and after some adjustments, told me to look through it. And I saw Jupiter. And not just Jupiter. I saw all 4 of the Galilean moons: Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto. They were right there, floating around this big, smudgy planet. And I realized, even that young, that I was looking at it with my eye. Does that make sense? It's a weird feeling to describe. I had seen Jupiter 1,000 times in pictures on the TV, that sort of thing. But the telescope, it was just glass and metal. I was looking right at Jupiter, the real deal. The light from its surface crossing space, straight to my eye. That moment, it sparked a deep love in me. It's stayed with me ever since, and I feel like a lot of my love for space and science started right in that field, looking through that telescope. So, yeah, it's important to me. I'm sure you can tell by the 1,000-word essay I just spoke at you.
Tucking a loose strand of hair behind your ear, obviously a bit embarrassed from having shared something so intimate. I love the way you speak with such passion.
Oh, thank you. I didn't mean to give a speech or anything. I love sharing this stuff. I almost can't control it when I start talking about it. Don't let me forget, though. I gotta set up the telescope to check out Jupiter later. It's worth a hassle, I promise. Oh, look! That's Saturn over there!
The sky darkens more, bringing it with more and more twinkling lights. The two of you spend the next while talking about constellations, comets, and planets. Peanut is obviously deeply happy to tell you every name and every interesting fact she can pull out of her brain. And you need only point to something and she has 100 things to tell you. The two of you laugh and chat, the sounds of your voices barely a whisper above the swoosh of the ocean breaking against the shore. Peanut is staring dreamily at you, listening to you describe more of your memories stargazing, when suddenly her eyes light up.
There! I just saw a shooting star! It's starting! Here, lay back!
Peanut pushes you over, then looks a bit startled with how much force she used.
Oh, whoops! My bad!
She quickly lays down right next to you, her hips touching yours, and points up.
Okay, the shooting stars are up there, in case you get confused.
Ooh! I've actually never seen shooting stars before, because I don't go outside too often. And I definitely don't want to go outside right now because it's hot. She turns and looks up, wonder and anticipation dancing across her features. Hold her hand while you watch. Yes! You reach over and hold Peanut's hand without looking at her. In your peripheral vision, you see her look to you in surprise. Then she smiles, and her hand links with yours. Yeah! Time slips away, shooting stars streak across the sky, something bursting with glittering fragments as they strike the atmosphere. Peanut doesn't say much for a while, mostly she points and gasps whenever a particularly magnificent meteor streaks by. For a while, this is your entire world. At some point, Peanut props herself up to her side so she can look into your eyes. She is laying directly against her side. She smiles, her eyes searching yours. She looks to your lips, your chin. You can tell she is taking you all in. She gets a slightly more serious, dreamy look. Her blinks seem to slow, and the way she softly licks her lips before she speaks stirs something in you.
May I ask you something?
Shoot.
Something sorta serious.
Shoot.
Cool. I don't know why I feel like I have to ask before I ask a question. That's just Peanut.
I'm basically the same way, and that's just Elliott.
I actually got a couple. But I'll start with... Do you like me? I mean, like me. I want to be sure.
Yes.
That's really good. And that was a weird way to reply. Really good? Definitely not a poet over here. I'll ask my next question.
Shoot.
Are you seeing anyone? Wait, that didn't come out right. I mean, obviously you're seeing people. That's not what I mean. What I meant to ask is there room for me in your life? Is it okay if would you be into maybe...
Do it. You move toward Peanut, indicating your desire. As she's okay, hold on. She winds up being the one to lean into the kiss. Her hair falls softly to your face. Nice. Her kiss is soft and tender. She bites your lower lip with hers. Your tongues touch gingerly for a few moments. When she stops, her face is red with breathless delight.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah! Peanut lays back down for a short while while she returns to looking at the shooting stars. You sense she has a nervous energy. She fidgets, and you hear her take several deep breaths to calm herself. You have the sense she wants to make a move on you. Let her make her move. You clear your throat and ask her what's on her mind. What is on Peanut's mind? The sound of your voice startles her, and she quickly gets up to her knees.
It's really silly.
I can imagine.
I've been thinking a bunch about how we met, about why we met. For the last few weeks, the memory brought me so much anxiety and embarrassment. And while I'm still intensely sorry for what happened, I also think... I don't know. I'm also intensely happy we met, and had a reason to hang out so much. It's like the world's biggest silver lining, at least to me. And I was thinking, the stuff I was working on, what I needed your watch for, it's really dear to me. Like, basically, the more you see and know about it, the more you know me. I'd love to tell you about it, if you want. More of me.
Tell me.
Okay. My work is on general relativity, the study of gravity. I'd like to demonstrate what I'm working on right now. Do you know much about gravity?
It's a force of attraction generated by mass, right?
Yes. Well, also no. We definitely call it and treat it like a force, but the actual mechanics of gravity don't work the way most people think.
Okay. I definitely did not expect this. I have not seen anything about this at all. I did not see this coming. Alright, well, Peanut lays further back and raises her shirt, revealing her bikini top. She gets a shy but coy smile.
You see, gravity is all about the curvature of space-time.
Wow, okay, hold on. She reaches over and takes your hand. She presses gently against her stomach.
At first, when there's nothing around, space-time is flat.
Your fingertips gliding over the soft, invisible hairs around her.
When you move through this kind of space, it's not very exciting. You just sort of go wherever you're aiming at. But introduce a little gravity.
Wow. This is... Oh, that's amazing.
And space-time starts to get more interesting.
This is the best science lesson and... This is the best and sexiest science lesson I've ever had in my life. Being against to guide your fingers slowly along the surface of her... Oh yeah, boobies! Excuse me, that's not very... That's... Sorry. Her breathing becomes more excited as she continues.
See, gravity isn't pushing or pulling you here, but you can't stop it from affecting your journey. It curves space-time, changing what it means to go, changing what direction even means.
She glides her fingers down into the space between her breasts, her eyes shimmering with desire.
You might think you're caught in the pull of gravity, but it's only an illusion. You are simply accelerating toward the place space-time has been most curved toward.
And then glides her fingers onto her breast again. She traces a gentle circle around her nipple, which is hurting beneath your touch. Her voice begins to break more from the pleasure and the sensation.
All the stuff of the universe. All the stars and planets and dust. All of it curving. All of it drawing together. And when enough of that stuff has been drawn together,
Pina begins to glide her hand down to her stomach, past her belly button.
gravity will create something special. A place where space-time curves so much, it falls into infinity.
Pina presses her fingers into the waistband of her shorts. She looks at you with hopeful and eager desire.
And that is gravity's magic.
Think I gotta do the top option here? Push past the gentle pressure of the waistband, sliding your fingers into her underwear. You touch the soft blush of her labia, your fingers gently but firmly pressing against the warmth, ecstasy of her area. The tip of your middle finger finds your clitoris, and a single circular caress sends jolts of pleasure through Pina.
Oh wow!
Alright, well, she breathes heavily, making small moans of pleasure, her eyes growing wide with a flood of intense and overwhelming pleasure. You slide your finger down further, as though to complete her story for the special place of infinite gravity. You trace your finger around the outside of her area, and then gently press just the... Oh!
Oh!
Okay! Oh, okay. She begins to kiss you, taking your hands and placing them on her breasts. She positions herself, start taking off your clothes. Suddenly you hear a voice scream behind you. The sound fills you with dread, for which there is no name.
Freeze! Officer Fumi! SPD!
Oh no.
What are you perverted hooligans doing on my beach? Public indecency? Oh, your naked asses are mine.
Pina looks at you in abject fear. Run! I'll distract her.
Oh my god, seriously?
But Pina does as you say, grabbing her stuff and taking off in the opposite direction of Fumi's voice. You pause for just a moment long for Fumi to get eyes on you.
Aha! There you are!
I confess.
All too easy.
You take off for the water, and while Fumi is on your heels. Run! Run like there's no tomorrow!
That's right. Run. Makes it more fun for me.
You make it into the surf and swim away as fast as you possibly can. Fumi sobs on the shore and laughs.
If you think you've escaped me, think again. I will find you. if it's the last thing I do.
After a while, she finally takes off into the shadows. You give it a good while before coming back to shore. You make your way over to your car and drive away before your family catches sight of you and chases your car on foot. You get back to your house super late, your mind rolling from intense emotions and a severe need for sleep. Wow, that was a that's the biggest 180. Wow, that's gonna be it for the third episode of the Peanut Vat. So thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you all next time for more. Like for more content like this. Comment down below what games you want to see me do more of in the future. And hey, if this is your first video you've seen by me, do consider subscribing for more content like this. Also, if you're an existing subscriber, do share this with your friends. And right at the end card here, it'll be a link. It'll be a little circle saying, hey, go check out my revived old channel where my content is nothing like this. So anyways, what a complete 180 to end off Peanut Day 2. So see you all next time for more Hush Hush. Peanut, goodbye.